It is exactly 1 o'clock East African time. Good afternoon. Thank you very much for joining us here on KTN News Desk. I am Akisa Wandera. Now, girls have yet again dominated the country's top list of KCSE best performers, but only in the race for the top slots. On average, more boys will go to the university based in this year's KCSE exams than girls. Education Cabinet Secretary Fred Matiang'i revealed, however, that this year's examinations, unlike last year's, was not free of malpractices. Timothy Otieno starts us off with that story.
But this year, I think
it would be a record-setting announcement by the Education Cabinet Secretary. For the first time in the country's history, the Kenya Certificate of Secondary Education results would be announced just 21 days after the final paper was sat. This coming just 9 days earlier than last year's announcement. And while this year's announcement would make it to the history books, the results were almost nearly a mirror of the 2016 statistics that saw girls make up a huge composition of top performers countrywide.
We have improved by 1A because last year we had 141 straight A's. This year we have 142. So we have improved by 1A.
And while the number of A planes had a minute improvement, A minuses had a decline from 4,645 candidates in 2016 to nearly half that number, just 2,714 managing to attain the grade this year.
The marking process of this year started on the 17th of November and went on to the 17th of December. There's only a fool who allows time to fly by without using it. So those papers that were done earlier, instead of people sitting, we said, why don't you go and start the process? We have noticed that 13 subjects, amongst them English, mathematics, geography, there has been a significant improvement in performance this year.
But perhaps of concern to the ministry and parents will be the number of students getting positions at the country's universities. The cumulative total number of students who attained the university required grade of C+ and above this year was just 70,073 out of the 611,952 candidates who sat the exam. This compared to 88,929 candidates of 2016, which saw about 15% absorption rate into universities. At least 40 teachers are facing charges of exam malpractice, with 10 schools having their results withheld pending scrutiny.
We have asked for more expertise. We'll compile the report and we'll be ready to provide a report on those 10 schools on 18th of January.
2 secondary schools in Nakuru County are said to be among the 10 schools blacklisted by the Cabinet Secretary during the release of the KCSE exam results. The schools Koilel High School and St. Teresa's Girls Senior School in Gilgil Sub-County are accused of examination malpractice during the exam period.
And we will actually provide evidence so that anyone who's raising issues about it, we will be ready to make public the things that were happening in that school.
Teachers of Koilel High School are accused of actively being involved in irregularities by leaking examinations to candidates in the school. The school, located in a military camp, had a total of 132 candidates who sat for their Form 4 examinations this year. Timothy Otieno, KTN News.